Happy Friday, Celtics fans. You're watching Celtics Today. I am Will Scott. We're breaking down the latest news and rumors surrounding your C's on today's show, and it's going to be a wild offseason. So you want to make sure you're subscribed for the best Celtics offseason coverage. Hit that subscribe button. We have you covered on all Boston Celtics news and rumors. Hit the subscribe button below. Also, turn on your notifications. It's the best way to stay in the loop with the C's. We'll start with the big news of the day in the association. Ja Morant's suspension finally announced. It will be for 25 games. A lot of people thought it was going to be more significant, but still, Ja Morant going to miss more than a quarter of the NBA season. This comes after he flashed a gun on Instagram 2 separate times. Prior to that, he and friends pointed a laser at the Pacers team bus, and because of all these incidents, many people believed that this would be maybe a 41-game suspension, if not more, for Ja Morant. I think he gets a little bit fortunate that it is just a 25-game suspension for the All-Star, that being announced this morning. You might start to hear some trade rumors when you're talking about Ja Morant. In fact, we've kind of already heard some trade rumors. Maybe the Grizzlies are fed up. They want to move on. You heard Kendrick Perkins the other day say he needs a fresh start. It's very possible you are going to hear Ja Morant linked to several teams throughout the league. Now, should the Celtics trade for Ja Morant? Does this make sense for Boston? Type T for trade or type P for pass. Down in the comments section. Go down and let me know, what do you think about trading for Ja Morant? Here's my thoughts. That's going to be an O for me, dog. Shout out Randy Jackson, the OG on American Idol. No, this does not make sense for the Celtics to trade for Ja Morant. Number one, he suspended a quarter of the season. More than that, I mean, the Celtics are looking to contend, win a title next year. You don't want one of your star players to be sidelined for 25 games. Now, he's a great player, 26.2 points per game, 8.1 assists per game, 46.6% from the floor, 30.7% from three-point range. Certainly one of the best point guards in the league, maybe a top 5 point guard, which is why there might be some teams that inquire about his availability to the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, I don't think the Grizzlies are going to shop him, but, man, if they get a good offer that's too good to turn down, they have an opportunity to move on from Ja Morant. They might do that. But I do not expect the Celtics to be a team that is seriously linked to Ja Morant here if he does, in fact, go on the trade block. Now, I've seen some trade ideas thrown out there about, trade Jaylen Brown for Ja Morant. That makes no sense for the Boston Celtics. You should be extending Jaylen Brown, not trading him for a guy with plenty of baggage in Ja Morant. Look, I hope Ja Morant, can get the help he needs. I think deep down he's a really good guy. I do. He's just made some poor decisions. He surrounded himself maybe around people he shouldn't be hanging with. I think that's what it comes down to. So I'm pulling for Ja Morant. I hope that he can get this thing turned around, but I don't expect it to be in Boston. You can go get some great deals on Celtics gear, chatsports.com/Celtics deal. Go and pick up some Celtics gear right now. Got some hats, got some socks, got some jerseys, Celtics deals. Chatsports.com/Celtics deal. That link is in the comments in the description of today's video. Moving along here with some news and rumors. Could the C's be making a move in the near future? Brian Robb said the Celtics have been, quote, one of the more active teams in trade talks when you're talking about the landscape of the league. NBA Central tweeting this out. Perhaps the Celtics going to make a move on Isaiah Stewart, saying the Boston Celtics have asked the Detroit Pistons about Isaiah Stewart. Taking a look at the numbers here, this would be an intriguing trade target, 11.3 points per game in his third NBA season. I like Isaiah Stewart. I'm still a little bit salty. Producer text that he did not go to my alma mater, Syracuse University, even though he's from upstate New York. He went to University of Washington, was a first-round pick, 1.4 assists per game, 44.2% field goal percentage, 32.7% from three-point range. I think Stewart would be a fantastic fit on the C's. I really do. I think he could maybe be your starting center day one. Rob Williams is great. He hasn't been able to stay healthy. Al Horford's good, but he's getting old. I think you need a young, productive, durable center. I think Isaiah Stewart is that guy, and I don't think he's reached his full potential yet. I don't think he's anywhere close to his prime. This guy has gotten better and better each and every single year, and I think if the Celtics can land him, that's going to make the C's an even more dangerous team going into next year. Do you think the Celtics should trade for Isaiah Stewart? Y for yes, in for no, down in the comment section. It is the pinned comment on today's video. So an ad break, Cubs, go down, chime in. Do you think the Celtics should trade for Isaiah Stewart? What makes him even more intriguing as a trade target is the last year of his rookie deal gives him $5.27 million. So that's extremely cheap for his production. I don't think they would include Robert Williams in that trade, but he's making far less than Robert Williams III. That is very intriguing when you look at that number, and he's a restricted free agent after next season. So if he does decide to sign elsewhere, you could match whatever offer he gets. I don't know if it's going to be Stewart, but I do expect the Celtics to add a big man. They cannot go into next season with Al Horford and Robert Williams as their two guys at the 5. They got to get better there because, again, Robert Williams, great player. I don't want to trade him, but he's not been able to stay healthy. And then Al Horford, obviously getting much older. Let's talk about another big man on the Celtics. That is Danilo Gallinari. We learned this yesterday from Adrian Wojnarowski. Veteran forward Danilo Gallinari has exercised his $6.8 million player option to return to the Boston Celtics for the 2023-2024 season. His agent, Michael Tellem of Excel Sport Management, told ESPN on Thursday. So Danilo Gallinari, let's get you up to speed here because we didn't watch him play last season. He missed all the 2022-2023 season after tearing his ACL playing in Europe. That came just weeks after he signed a 2-year deal with the Celtics last offseason. I think a lot of us were very excited about that signing. And now this is no surprise that he's done this. But now he has opted to pick up his $6.8 million player option for this next season. Now, when you're talking about Gallinari, the Celtics are in a tough spot here. I could totally see them trading him this offseason. But how would that look for the organization to trade someone who tore their ACL? He still spent last season with the team. He was on the bench pretty much every game. He was working out with the team. He was rehabbing at the team facility. He's done all of this work. He's worked his ass off to get back healthy, to play for Boston, and then you trade him? That's going to be tough. But all these trade ideas I'm seeing, at least most trade ideas I'm seeing, when you're talking about maybe a blockbuster trade Boston can make, Gallinari's a trade chip there. So the Celtics are in a tough spot. I do not know what they are going to do with Gallo after he picked up his player option. Again, that was not a surprise. He was expected to pick up that $6.8 million player option. Do you think the C's should trade away Danilo Gallinari? 1 for yes, 0 for no, down in the comment section. Go down, chime in. It depends who you're trading him for. If you're just trading him for like a second-round pick, I don't think that's right. I don't think that's worth it. But if you have to trade him in order to get, maybe a guy like Bradley Beal or a big name like that, then maybe it makes a little bit more sense. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/CelticsTV. We're going to continue to have you covered with all Boston Celtics news and rumors.